It's time. What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Tuesday, a great, great Tuesday. And I want to do me a favor. Let me get this. Hey, everybody. What's up, Lawrence Scott? Let me get my starting five out the way because it's going to be packed. We're going to go on. Hey, we off and rolling today. Shout out to the starting five. We got Gary Sinclair, Melvin Dews, Kimberly Jackson, Kevin Lewis, Alex Sestero, and the sixth man of the day is Jeremy Davis. Jeremy, I hadn't seen you in a minute. What's going on? Let me see what else we got. I saw some people. What's up, Jason Peters? Dad Moody. You know I want to talk to you a little bit later when we get to talking about, because, you know, I called some people and asked about Io, and they gave me their opinions. I didn't really like them. They gave me their opinions. Some NBA people, they gave them. Let me tell y'all something. We'll talk about that later. Let me tell you, them NBA people, they don't know everything. I used to get mad at Chris Walker when he said that, but some of that stuff. What's up, Austin Kurt? Austin Kurt, I haven't seen that name before. Glad to have you aboard, but do me a favor, Austin. Go over also. I see you on Facebook. Do us a favor and go over to YouTube. Type in Chop Shop HTX and subscribe to the YouTube channel also, Austin. You probably already have. If you haven't, I'm just throwing it out there because I haven't seen your name. Kevin Lyles, I need you to go do it too because I haven't seen your name over there. Kevin Lyles, what's up? The real Kevin Lyles in the building. Go over to YouTube, type in Chop Shop HTX, all one word, and subscribe to it. What's up, Trey Phillips? What's up, Troy Callahan? Everybody, Reginald Simpson, Tyrone Caldwell, Joe Baldridge, Alfio Beasley, Dale Griggs, Lawrence Scott, Landon, all of y'all, man. Jeremy, Ivan Petty Jr., Wendy, hey, Wendy, where you been? Wendy, I miss you. Wendy, I miss you. Wendy Johnson, Mindy, okay. When it's certain people pop on here, I know it's ready to go. Alfio said, greetings from the Legacy School of Sports Sciences Media Lab. Great things going out there at the Legacy School of Sport. Y'all better be glad I'm not no youngster no more. I'll go out. Just to go to the media lab and be with Alfio Beasley. Guess what? And just to be around Kerry Brown and their staff, man, I believe in that school. I don't get caught up in the sports part. I let y'all do that. A tremendous opportunity that our young people have in store for them at the Legacy School of Sports and Sciences. Man, it's unparalleled around the country. I love Kevin Lyles said he just did it. Yes, it's a sad day. I'm gonna start off. I wanted to try to talk a little bit. You know, I got to get in the mood. Cynthia Guillory, since I've been on the Chop Shop, she was one of the first people I used to always talk to. A young lady in the Dallas area, covers women's basketball, do women's events. Cynthia Guillory, she was like a sister to me that I really just, I didn't spend a lot of time with, but her input on the show. She didn't play no games. She talk. She tell you just like it is. Yes, man, it hurt me because I knew she had been sick. But then I got a call yesterday that she had passed. Oh, Jimmy is back. Okay, Jimmy, I didn't see you, babe. I'm sorry. I got a call and they told me and about it and I just stopped for a minute, y'all. That's why y'all in this I know y'all everybody have their agendas when they come on this, but you know what I want the Chop Shop to be, and really, Jimmy, I'm finna clear you up. I want it to be a safe space for us to share information. Okay? That's why y'all don't understand. When I see certain things, I have to call it out because it's Jimmy and I responsibility. Because we're known around the country and you know, and people say stuff on this. It's more people than people in Houston watch this show. It's some people, not to say nobody's not important, but it's some people that's watched this show that in different parts of life. They just not in the summer basketball community. But you know, because I know Cynthia used to get into it. She used to laugh at me. She go back and forth on it. Unless it's all right to go back and forth, but we gonna keep it respectful. And I wanted to just be a safe space so we can share information. Cause I got a lot of information from Cynthia Guillory, man. I mean, it's just, and I know Jimmy was a lot closer to her than I was, but I just appreciated every time her name popped up on the screen. Like when Mindy's name popped on the screen, when Dale Griggs and Sonia Billingsley and Kim Jackson, when all of y'all names pop up, Gary Sinclair. Gary hadn't been on the Chop Shop that long, but once he got there, Jimmy, he's here. And I just appreciate y'all so much, man. We got to start appreciating each other a lot more. You know, I know y'all. Some of y'all got just haterade in you. Some people just got a spirit of envy. Some people just got a spirit of hate. They just like to hate. They can hang with you right now, have dinner with you, and be talking about you tomorrow. I mean, but guess what? That's just the way they are. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can change. You know, it's just on this space. I like to keep this space. It's a safe space, man, for us to share information. And my heart go out to Cynthia Guillory and her family. And I know we're gonna have some other stuff. People gonna come on and say something about it. If you knew her, put a shout out to her. I know Trey Phillips had a lot. He dealt with her a lot. Paul Miranda, Corey Henderson, most of the people in Dallas. But shout out, man, because I liked her. I watched her show. She had a little. She had a great show on at night. And that's one thing I liked about her, Jimmy. I don't know if you noticed that, Jimmy. Guess what? She wasn't like a lot of guys. You know, we had a few guys tried to come and do a show at the same time Chop Shop did the show. And it didn't last that long, but they tried. But Cynthia respect what you call it, Jimmy. Respect the platform. She said, "I'm gonna do my show at night. I got my show at night." So I go support her. But rest in peace to her. Rest in power, cause she was a powerful woman. And shout out to Cynthia Guillory and Cedric Benson, former Texas running back. I remember him real good. I think we tried to represent Texas, him or Alfio. Didn't turn out too well, but rest in peace and rest in power for Cedric Benson. Y'all, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all, we have got to, I think Jimmy B said, give people their flowers while they're here. Man, we don't know. I told y'all a long time ago. You know how much money you got in your pocket, but you can't tell me how much time you got. Time is more valuable than anything. You're talking about how can you love somebody and you don't spend time with them? You follow me? Oh, I love it, but you don't spend time with them. Time is the most valuable resource we have, and spend times with people, man. People you care about. You know, so you won't be with, you know, when the casket come around, you be the one in there doing all the damn hollering because you know you haven't did what you should have. So time, always remember, you know how much time, your money you got in your pocket, but you don't know how much time you got left. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing? What's going on, man?
Oh man, it's going down. Of course, we are coming in the Chop Shop with heavy hearts on Cynthia with her gallant fight against cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a chance to speak with her last month, called and chopped it up with her. And then it's always times like that when you say, "Dang, I should have called again," you know. So I guess my homework assignment is for you guys when you're thinking about it, put it into action.
Mm-hmm.
And to simplify the fraction, how about this? How about everybody on the Chop Shop take a pledge that you can randomly go through your cell phone at 3 different times of the day: the morning, the midday, and the evening. Call 3 different people that you haven't heard from in an extended amount of time. Even if it goes to voicemail, you just leave them a message. I didn't want anything, just checking up on you. Period. Hell, some of you guys out there, you might don't even know half the people in your cell phone. You meet people out and you just save the number and don't remember how they look or whatnot. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that you know and you haven't spoke within an extended amount of time. Pick 3 a day. So you know what that means? That means in the course of a month, you will have reached out to almost 100 people in your address book. Think about that. I don't know how many people is in your address book, but that means in the course of a year, you will have reached out to almost 1,000. Well, 1,000 people in your address book. So I think that's a good idea. We can try to get that in motion. Give you a little time. We all started on September the 1st. We give you time to get in shape. And so that'll be our September the 1st at the top of the quarter. We'll start that mission off. And with the Chop Shop, we'll do things to get each other better. And like I say, we got plenty of ideas, plenty of things that we're going to, we bring back and reinforce to help the Chop Shop be a productive boom, boom room and together. So now, also, that means without having been said, today's show is dedicated to Cynthia Guillory.
Of course.
And our hearts is with Von Zell and the rest of the family. Von Zell, who runs the Southern Assault.
Yeah.
Cynthia is his sister.
I didn't know that.
Yes. That's his sister.
Wow. Oh, man.
So, that family, and whatever you do, guys, let's try to break out the box and call people. You call up Von Zell, don't ask anything except for how you doing. Are you okay? How you feeling? I dread those questions when during times of
a lot of people don't know what to say, Jimmy.
But that's what I'm saying. But then, because it's
so what would you have them say?
That's a muscle memory type thing.
No, I just asked a question. What would you have them say? You might not like that, but some people won't. Some people might want you to ask them how they doing.
Let me tell you why I say this at risk. The average person is going to receive multiple phone calls. And at some point in time, some of those calls are going to be asking some of the very same questions in repetition.
So what would you ask? Because if people are going to ask the question, so every question would be asked. So what special formula that you have to do?
Well, one special
that nobody else going to ask.
There's several things you can ask. I'm saying what don't ask. You see what I'm saying? It's easier that part. Don't ask that.
Don't ask them how they doing.
You know how they doing. You're asking a question you know the answer to already.
Some people accept loss different than others. All people are different.
Shoot. After the 50th call of asking me how I'm doing. You might not know you the 50th call. You don't know you the 50th call like a radio station.
So give me something that people should say.
You say, I know this is a tough time, brother. I'll be through there to bring, if you're in town, I'll be through there to bring some water stuff. I know you got, let me know whatever's missing. Do they got spoons? They got forks? They got paper plates? You already know the routine, especially with black folk. when there was a passing.
What if you're out of town? What if you're not there?
Now, if you're out of town, say, brother, I'm gonna check back on you in a couple of days. I know the phone ringing off the hook right now. Just letting you know, I'm sending my well wishes, my condolences. I'm gonna give you a breather. I'm gonna call you back in 2 days, and we can wrap then. No, that person gonna say, "Sure thing, okay." I mean, it's short, quick. It ain't the same conversation because now you catch yourself holding the phone. You don't want to tell a person, "Yo, man, I need to go talk to my sister right now. I need to get this. I need to go. My kids ain't handling this right, or I need to go." So you holding the phone.
So you saying don't call him immediately? Then you would be saying don't call him immediately.
Maybe. Well, in today's society, you can send a text message.
And what the text message should say: if you need anything, reach out to me.
Hell no! Don't do that. Don't do that.
What you just said? Do you want me to bring you some paper plates?
No. Not do you want me to. You letting them know you're going to do it. Now, what else you have less of? That's different than saying, if you need anything, let me know. Come on, man. That we got to be way beyond that. You know damn well that a person is going to always say, once again, it's muscle memory. You need anything? We good.
So be specific. I'm gonna bring you some. You just said paper plates, some knives, and fork. Or you were just being. I mean, I'm going by what you're saying. I'm following what you're saying. I'm following you. You said I'm gonna bring you some paper plates, some knives, and some forks.
I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
I'm gonna be through there with some food, with some bottled water is the most common thing because that never goes out of style. That's why I say bottled water. Whenever somebody dies, go get a case of water, put it in your trunk. I keep water in my trunk at all times, both vehicles. You get water, it never is going to be turned down.
So instead of asking them how they doing, but if you're not there, Jimmy, what if you in we're in Houston, okay? What should you call Von Zell and say?
Dude, you just said, send him a text message.
On the text message, what
I can't tell him. Understand? You're
telling people what not to say.
I'm telling you what not to say.
Give them something to say.
Come on, everybody different stroke with different folk. It depends on your relationship with him. Different stroke with different folk. Depending on what day it is. If it's 5 days in, then you can ask him about the services. If it's day one,
hold up. Kevin Lyle said, "Go beyond what's cliche. Give me something." Okay. Kevin Lyle, what's beyond cliche? What would you say, Kevin Lyle?
Listen, Hal.
Rest in peace, sorry. No, listen, Jimmy, Jimmy, you always think it's adversarial. I'm trying to, when people say something to me, I've been trained to just get more out of them. And I'm just telling you to give me more. And all I'm asking. Rest in peace. Sorry to hear. That's cliche, Alex Casera. Please don't say that. Because these guys would say that's cliche.
I just gave you one thing you could say. I gave you two things to say. And every time, each one I gave you, just swept it. It's like you just swept it. Like, well, give me something to say. I gave you two different things to say. If you're in town, you let them know what's the address. So what's the text me the address.
Okay.
I'm dropping something off over there. Mm-hmm. That's one. That means now you're doing a call to action. You're not going through the motions. That's a call to action. Okay. Give me the address.
Okay.
See, right. And also it depends on what day it is. You follow me? Like your phone call had a 5 days in. They've already talked to a funeral home now. So they got an idea of when it's going to go down 5 days in versus the next day. The next day, everybody trying to put stuff together. But if you 5 days in, now I can ask, it's a time you can ask, hey, brother, let me know, or is anybody I need to call to get the arrangements from so that I can spread the word and help spread the word. That way I can let the rest of the community know so they don't have to call asking you the same damn question over and over and over. It's hard. I mean, you got to copy, paste, answer. Copy. And trust me, his voice message box is going to be filled up before you know it. There's no way in hell.
I'm praying for you and your family. How's that?
I'm
just going by what's on the screen because I know you're trying to think. I'm going by what's on the screen. If you look at the screen, it's on there.
I mean that.
So you won't think it come from me, then you receive it better if it didn't come from me. So just look on the screen.
I'm just saying that don't move. I mean, if that's you could text that. You could text
We're
that.
talking about texting. We said if you're in Houston, I said if you're not there,
Well,
I'm
you could
sending my
text that.
deepest condolences, and I would be by there this week.
That's acceptable. That's perfect. Perfect.
I can only imagine you and your family are going through. I mean, a lot of people don't know. Just know I'll be here for you in your prayers. I'll be checking on you periodically. I don't want to overload the call right now. Just know I'm here. But you can't say, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, hold on. You just so it's that's not the same as so don't ask. Never ask if you need anything. You said don't ask that. No. Okay. All right. Because ain't nobody gonna tell you they need that no way. Really?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. They're not gonna tell you that. You'll be able, trust me, you'll be able to tell and feel if something is needed.
Thank you.
You'll be able to feel it.
Hey, Aaron Warren, I am so glad somebody stepped up. I'm so glad because Aaron Warren said he disagreed. Man, let me tell you something, Aaron. This is what I love about this show. I want you to be able to disagree on this show. I disagree too. I would want somebody to ask me how I'm doing and ask me if I need anything. If I don't want to talk, I'll cut you short. I'm glad everybody don't think the same. That's the point that I was trying to bring across earlier. It ain't that what you saying is wrong, but I mean, you can't say what no. Somebody picked up the phone and called. That's good enough for me. Just because you don't have the proper grammar, it's too cliches, but you thought enough to pick up the phone. Most people don't pick up the phone and do nothing. And I'm glad Trey Phillips agreed with what Jimmy said. That's what I love. Look, he said to go along with Jimmy, my condolences to you and your family. I'm going to drop something off. It's okay. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, it's a trying time. Just for me to know somebody reached, some people might not know how to talk, but they reached out to me. I'm not going to get mad at them saying, man, this dude talking about, do I need something? No. It's more than, I just don't think it's no wrong way. If you pick up the phone and call me, that's me. I don't think it's a wrong way. That's just me. That's the point I was trying to get across. I'm sorry.
Once again, it's not. That's why I felt that was a trap question asking me what to say. I was stressing what not to say. That's a difference than the phone call. So the people that's saying, Jimmy, I would call. Yeah, you call. Yeah, you text. But then the thing is, my initial statement was 2 things not to say or ask. That's it. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. But I don't want to. That's the thing.
You say you don't want to hear it, though, Jimmy. I don't mind hearing it.
But understand, though, Hannah, I've been sitting alongside and studying folk at all these damn funerals I went to. I'm watching the same scenario. And know what I did? I actually thought about starting a business that would come in and be a concierge during the funeral. I really thought about that last year. That means I would get it would start with getting the cell phone, putting a voice message on your cell phone. That way, now the people that you don't have time to answer the call for, it will roll over and it will give you a directive. Hey, look, our family is grieving right now. Tough time. You need anything? Text this number right here. She'll have all the answers for you. You know, brother, sister, uncle, whoever. Then when the funeral services information comes, you put that on the cell phone because everybody that call you, you're not going to know their phone number. Everybody that call you, you're not going to have those numbers locked in your phone. You know, and so therefore you roll their ass over.
You can say cliches. If something happened, I don't care. I just want to know somebody thought about me. That's all. That's me.
That's different. We saying I'm definitely. But that Jimmy, ain't disagreeing.
You said you gave them words not to say. How can you tell people what not to say?
No, not to ask.
Not to ask. Excuse me. Not to ask. How can you tell people what not to ask? Who you to tell?
Okay. What else? Okay. When you walk up to people, when you walk up to a person that's living, and the first thing person say is what? How you doing? Right? When the last time somebody told you not good today? I ain't doing good right now. When the last time somebody told you that?
It don't matter.
No, you know why? So why in the hell did you ask the question? Do you really want to know? Have you ever said, I'm all right, I'm cool, and you really ain't been all right and really ain't been cool? So
Well,
why the hell do we go through that?
That's the problem of the people who answer the question, not the guy who asks it. He might be wanting to know how you doing. You the one just giving them a bland ass answer. That's on you.
You know what? You know what? Maybe, let me tell you what. I'm one of those guys, if you ever ask me how I'm doing, I promise on my mama that I'm going to tell you not good. And know what's going to happen? Know what happens every single time? Every damn time. Know what happens? Know what happens? People,
Jimmy,
they freeze and they tracks.
Jimmy, you live a different life from other people. It's okay for you to be,
because you wasn't expecting that.
But you can't throw your opinions on everybody else. That's the point.
No. Once again,
you said don't ask these questions. Don't ask these questions. And I'm saying, hold up, I'm totally against what you're saying. I'm saying ask any question you want as long as you call me. That's all I'm saying. As long as you reach out to me, ask any question you want to. Don't sit up here and think, well, I got to be politically correct when I call Robert. No, hell no. Just let me know. I don't care if you say, Robert, how you doing? I'm going to just say, man, I'm good.
So here's my perfect example. Perfect example. 5 minutes ago, Walter Yates Jr. says this: Jimmy, losing a close loved one is tough. It's always good to know that people are thinking about you in these moments of loss. Always. Right? So then, 8 minutes later, check this out. I went through this. This is Walter Yates again. I went through that phase, Miss Anissa, where I just couldn't answer the phone anymore after Dad passed. I appreciated the calls, but it got overwhelming at some point during the process, for sure. That's what I'm getting at. The same questions will often come in repetition. You don't know that the person that's got the phone with asking the same thing. Lo and behold, don't let something happen to a loved one where it was a murder or it was a tragedy or if something happened, or it was a car wreck. You know what people gonna ask you then? They want to know details. So then you got to go and give an eyewitness account of what happened to everybody that's close to you so you can have understanding.
I understand that part. That ain't the part. I'm telling you about what you said, what people shouldn't say. People, to me, that's him. To me, you say what the hell you want to. Just call me or text me. I ain't got no restrictions on what you should say. Because guess what? I understand when people pass away. People in my family. I didn't resolve to the fact that I understand all death is the cessation of life. I believe that the people that I'm talking about in my family, my close people, I feel they're in a better place. So I celebrate. Everybody else be a little bit more down. I celebrate. People be wondering, why are you so cool at your funeral? Because I lost my dad at 12. Brother, sister, mother, brother, sister. So guess what? Just call me. It's all right if you ask me, Manny, you all right. Because guess what? That day I might not be. You know, so I just want to know that people care. That's all. That's all. And I wouldn't put a restriction on what they would say. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's all. That's really it. That's really it. What else, man? What else we got to talk? Ooh, I hate these morbid talks. What else we talk about? You love the funeral home talk. We got some people above ground. Let's talk about them today.
And that's the reality though on that stuff, man. Just a lot of people, different stroke for different folk, and the way they handle that stuff. And so we're gonna roll right into. I'm reading some of these comments. We're gonna roll right into some sports right now. And how about let's start it off with yesterday. The Clippers moved Patrick Beverley and Rajon Rondo to the Memphis Grizzlies. And less than 24 hours later, the Grizzlies moved Patrick Beverley to the Minnesota Timberwolves. and they still trying to do something with Rondo, which uh, you know they probably will in the next next week or so. People can wait on him because there's already a big line in free agency guys that are out there. So Patrick Beverley, it looks like he's going into the lotto ball territory. So he gets to go over there with Ant-Man and Karl Anthony Towns and the rest of the fellas. And I guess, Patrick Beverley's always been good people in the city of Houston with his camps, but I knew something was going on because during Patrick Beverley's camp, I think Patrick Beverley knew they were working on the trade then. From some intel that I got, I think he knew.
And just give brief history to people who don't know. So wherever team he go to, this first game he gonna be suspended for knocking Chris Paul down, hitting Chris Paul behind the back. I want people to understand whatever team he goes to, and it was so unique when he got traded. He told the Grindhouse, "Get ready," and the Grindhouse said, "Don't even come to Memphis. Go fly over Memphis and go to Minnesota." It's Jimmy, a unique situation, and people keep talking about what I learned about. Sometimes you got to look behind a thing was going on. You got to keep in mind that it's always about the next move. When these guys make trades like this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking you behind the curtain. It's always about the next trade. If you're a Grizzly fan, you're thinking, what would we do with Rondo, Patrick Beverley? And we already have an overload of guards. And my roster is already full. Just wait. But see, I had this all to talk about yesterday. I was just telling people to wait. But Jimmy, with this trade, and I know he's a billionaire, 100 billionaire, but all billionaires hate to pay taxes. Shit, all of us hate to pay taxes. Jimmy, they had a huge tax problem. That means in addition to everything else to pay, they had to pay a luxury tax of $125 million because of all of their salaries going over the salary cap. With this move, it frees up $30 million they don't have to pay, Jimmy, after this. They had 16 players with guaranteed contracts. Now they just got 14 players with guaranteed contracts. So it's, I know on the surface, we looking at the individuals and we're looking at the, individuals that got traded. But I saw some about Patrick, man. And they were telling me about his, they was talking about it the other day, his lack of availability. Jimmy, he's often injured. Jimmy, Patrick Beverley is. You know, they had 72 games, a truncated season last year. They had 72 games. He only played in 37 of those games, basically half the season. Then he's 33 years old. He's not a spring chicken. You know, when we talk about, they left, this is all business, y'all. Think about it. He was unplayable in the first round last year, right? Dirk was tearing his little ass a new asshole. And then he redeemed himself a little later. Then I think he played a little bit better. He redeemed himself a little bit later with Devin Booker. But he's 6'1" point guard, y'all. And all I'm thinking, I'm Jimmy. This is just me, just watching. I think this opened the door for Terrence Mann. They want him to play a lot more. And they go. I just know how the NBA work.
You mean the Clippers?
The Clippers, yeah, Clippers.
Okay, but now I look at it like this, Hatter. Mm-hmm. Remember, they got Bledsoe for Beverley.
Yeah. Bledsoe gonna come off the bench, man. Bledsoe's a shell of himself.
No, but Bledsoe is serviceable.
Bledsoe next year. Let me show you why they got Bledsoe. Next year, his thing is guaranteed. Ain't but $3 million guaranteed on his salary. $3.9 million. That's why they got his old washed up ass. I'm just telling you that now.
No, he's serviceable.
Jimmy, 3.9. That's all they gonna guarantee to him next year. That's how. I'm just telling you how they think.
What did Bledsoe average this year?
I don't know what he averaged, but he's a shell of himself. He used to be
you said he washed up.
To me, why said, but you don't even hear about. Tell me, you ask me, you tell me. Since you want to bring, you tell me what's so good about Bledsoe.
He went to the Pelicans, didn't he, this past year? How did he get to Minnesota? How did he get to Memphis? I remember him going part of the trade with Milwaukee Bucks 2 years ago, and 2 years ago he was serviceable. I'm asking, what was his stats this past year?
Serviceable is different. I said they making way for Trey Mann, the young guy. They ain't banking on this dude. He got a 3.9 cap hit next year. $3.9 million. Guess what? He looked good. They can throw that off next year. All they got to do is just don't guarantee. They can cut him, and all they got to pay is $3.9 million next year. I'm telling you, you got to understand, Jimmy. He been there before. They didn't want him. They shipped him out of there before. I mean, you go by how you think. I'm just telling you how they think.
I'm thinking this is which is a fact that Jackson is a starter. It's a starting point guard for the Clippers. He took that the old-fashioned way with his performance in the playoffs this past season. Little ugly part 2. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So Reggie Jackson. So he's the starter. Now you swapping Patrick Beverly. You got Bledsoe, which is an upgrade on the bench, especially on the offensive end. Now the thing is with Patrick Beverly, you mentioned Mann had a couple of good games in the playoffs. One game he went off.
I'm telling you what the brain trust telling me. I'm not telling you what Jimmy Hicks telling me and Jimmy Hicks guessing. I'm telling you what they told me. So they might not know what the hell they talking about because it's 13. That's all. Might not know.
One thing, making way for somebody in the NBA, they was making way for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. When they making way for him 4 years ago?
He's still the best player on that team.
But guess what? No, he don't play with them anymore. That's my point, Hatter. Making way for somebody in the NBA.
That ain't the same. Oh, come on.
Yes. Hatter, you sit right on the chop shop.
They didn't make. What you mean they made? Tell me how they made way for him. Tell me.
You say.
No. You tell me how they made way for him. You just said it. You said they made way for.
You said he's the future of the Clippers. That guard there, my people tell me, Sam Cassell was assistant coach at the time. They love him to death. He's the future in the Clipper. They got his ass. A deal came through that was sweeping that Paul George deal. Guess what? Casualty of war. So guess what? There's a lot of people that you like and you try to make him wait for. But right now, the Clippers are trying to put themselves in position to win a title this year.
Okay, GM. I'm going to let you go.
They ain't doing no 2 years, 3 years. They trying to win.
I ain't going to even argue with you about this. I ain't going to even argue with you about this. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't going to even argue with you about that. I'm going to let you.
Bledsoe, thank you. Bledsoe averaged 12.2. Shit, that ain't washed up. Okay. That's a
why
double.
You're not
that's
a GM?
Double the offensive.
Jim, I'm telling you why they got him.
They got him because he's better. He's an upgrade. Now at a discount, he's an upgrade. He's better than Patrick Beverly. Period. That's a win on that trade. That's a real win for the Clippers. Shit, it is what it is. I mean, Patrick Beverly is the dog that barked but didn't pack the bite anymore. And now it's coming to a point where as it has a reverse effect, because even now it would be with stuff that Patrick Beverly used to do on the court, he still do. But back then it was called, man, look at tough. He's tough. Now he's dirty. Which how you know he already wasn't always dirty, but you just called it tough. And people just fed up with it because now when you come up short, some is going to be casualties. And Patrick Beverly got to go first.
So the $30 million he saved don't matter. Okay.
I said a while ago at a discount. That's what that means. You got to upgrade at the position at a discount to the dollar. I just said that. I just said it. I didn't use the word to the dollar. I said you got to upgrade at the position at a discount.
Paul Miranda, what the hell is going on in Dallas? Because I'm tired of talking about what the hell is. Let me talk about something. You're expert. What the hell is going on in Dallas? I got about 12 texts this morning. What's happening? Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all always worry about Houston. Paul Miranda, what the hell is going on in Dallas? I'm gonna leave this week. I'm gonna leave this. Paul, State of the Union address right now. I'm changing the subject. What is going on with these kids leaving 1 minute and coming back and leaving 1 minute and coming back? Help me out. Help me out. Keontae George going to IMG Academy. Help me out. I thought both of them was going to. Could somebody clear this? No. Jimmy, I'm finna move into the high school ranks now. I'm sorry. Clear this up for me, Paul Miranda. Since you're so versed in Houston basketball and Quentin Grimes and calling Marshall Grimes, you're calling Chris Grimes daddy. Have you called them daddies and mamas and daddies up there? Hold up, Paul Miranda, you giving me some news somebody told me not to mention. It's been in my phone for a couple of days. They said don't mention it, Robert. And guess what? When people tell me not to do something, I don't do it. But help me out with this one, Paul Miranda. I'm just asking for a friend. What's the guy named Cruz? They sent me something. He done left. He done went to California and went to. And Jimmy asked the question, did he ever suit up in California? Yo, explain to me. Somebody, please explain to me what is going on, even in Houston and Dallas. What is wrong? Jimmy, y'all the experts in high school basketball. What the hell? I'm like Stephen A. Smith. What the hell is going on out here? What? Oh, Sonya said they really want to go to overtime. They just don't want to follow BG. Oh, Sonya, that's good timing. That's a good one. Paul Miranda, he ain't typing yet, Jimmy. Paul Miranda ain't said nothing yet, man. I'm waiting. Paul, I'm just talking because we don't want to have dead airtime. All I'm asking you, what's happening, man? I just want to know this Robert Hatter. Jordan White still going to California? He's still going. And Dallas is not trash. Odyssey, no, don't say that. Odyssey, remember, this is a safe space, Odyssey. Dallas ain't trash. They just think different from y'all. Jimmy, what do you think is wrong? Herbert D, what do you think is going on? How is this dude in California, prolific prep and all that? Hold up. Have Dallas got a dude that's planted, Jimmy? A dude from LA that's planted in Dallas? And he just making moves. I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, they I'm cutting. I got my flashlight on my phone.
Okay, take your time.
Trying to cut the thing off.
We'll be here all week.
There you go. Now that knock your battery clean down. You had that flashlight on, don't even realize it.
Oh,
you knock your battery down.
Uh-huh.
Is I can understand Keontae George would deal with him first.
Okay.
He's the higher ranked of the players.
Okay.
And I can understand to a little bit. And here's why.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, you had the young fella, the number one pick in the draft. What's his name?
Cade Cunningham.
You had Cade Cunningham was in Arlington.
Okay.
And he left and went to Montverde, right? And Cade Cunningham was already ranked in the top 10 when he left.
Just like Keontae. Okay.
Just like Keontae.
Uh-huh.
And if you're looking from afar, you say, well, damn, look how it worked out for him. So I need to go over here. And in the backcourt with IMG is the young fella from the point guard from Chris Paul from CP3.
I've been hearing about him. Yeah.
Jaden. So that backcourt now, understand, they might have had a moment. Matter of fact, they were on the same team at Top 100 camp. I was trying to connect some dots, and it had already connected itself.
Mm.
They were on the same team that won the championship at NBPA Top 100 Camp 3 weeks ago in Orlando. Where is IMG?
Orlando.
What is that little point guard? The point guard from, I'm talking about, one MVP. He's not from Orlando. That's where he go to school at IMG. Plays for CP3. So obviously he lives in Carolina. So to understand, for people they're scratching their head, I just gave you enough to let you know that this move was probably either it peaked at Top 100 Camp or it started there. Meaning that the conversation, because Keyonte George's his mother was in town. You see? His basketball family was in town. You see? So when conversation and meetings take place, you go out, you hang out. Now I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about it. Those people they're watching right now, some of the basketball family from Keyonte George, they know that I saw some people together. So y'all know that. I leave it like that. So I didn't think nothing of it, but now it was obvious that was going down then, baby. It was going down. So this is why I tell people. So sometimes when people are transferring or make decisions like this happen, the wrong people get blamed. But at the end of the day, there's a person that lives in your city, no matter who it is. Whenever a person leaves, nobody's gonna come into your city and hop off a parachute and just go and say, and just walk into the right school of all the schools and just grab one and say, let's go, come on over to my school. It's somebody that will navigate, that will serve as the Harriet Tubman to every one Underground Railroad. You guys you follow me on this. Now the thing is, it seems like it's becoming a constant. Not just Dallas. You're not alone. We've had a whole lot of them leave Houston. But the thing is with Dallas, the ones that leave Dallas are far greater pro prospects than the ones who leave Houston.
They making money moves.
You see? So it's for a different reason. A lot of our guys in Houston are leaving because they're and it's been proven by the statistics. And anybody want to go there, we can go there. Just pick the day, and I'll pull the numbers up and we can go through it. And it show you in the last 10 years the amount of guys who left Houston. And first of all, how many of them made it to the pros? Second of all, how many of them went to Division I school, got a Division I scholarship that would have been at a higher level than they would have got if they had stayed at home? So you're going for more exposure. More exposure for what, Howard? More exposure to probably get more opportunities. Opportunities for what? To go and get a higher offer. Get that McDonald's. How many of them left here and made McDonald's All-Americans from out of Houston versus Dallas? So, but once again, DFW, it is a different reason. Just as you found yourself understanding what I explained when I explained yesterday about Bryce Griggs and I mentioned in the summer months, he was not playing for the same thing that most of his peers were playing for. So if you understood that, then you can understand. Keyonte George is not making a transfer for the same reason that Jordan Walsh is making a transfer for. He's not making a transfer for the same reason that JVL Francis made a transfer for. Different whole things. So, and
What does that matter? What your reason is?
Well, it matters because for two things. Yes, it does. For one is it helps people to not spew out falseness and rumors will go the wrong way. So it helps people with understanding. And then to help you, if you understand some things, some people have different home situations that are very, very, very fragile. And some people got to get the hell up out.
Okay.
So some people it's a better. We have a
That's a good
kid
point.
out
Great
from out of
point.
Houston,
Great point.
and he's not an all American. He's not ranked in nobody's top 100, but he would have been top 20 in Greater Houston, right, for the class of 2023. His mom lives in Houston. His dad lives in Indiana. So guess what? He had to go. He moved with his dad now. The daddy let him live with the mama, for the sake of the word let. He lived with the mama for a few years, went through middle school, was great, and lived in the suburbs of Fort Bend ISD. So it wasn't like he was in the projects in the CUNY homes. And guess what? At some point, first thing when Doug Jones and Jeffrey Day told me that the young man was moving to Indiana, I say, what's the why? What is the why? They say, well, his dad lives up there. I say, well, hell, I back up out of that. I feel any young man is playing basketball in metropolitan areas, especially like Houston or greater Houston or DFW, you're gonna need your pappy. If he's available, you're gonna need him sooner or later going through this stuff because there's so many guys you got to meet that's gonna be de facto pappy. And you don't know who, it ain't nothing like your dad. So if that dude dad living in there, man, let the dude go up there and everybody embrace it. That's a black man getting ready to raise his son through the toughest years that can.
So telling me, so I apologize, Paul Miranda, when I said what the hell's going on in Dallas. Each of these individuals, Paul Miranda, are making what it seems like to me. I was just trying to be kidding with you, Paul. But these individuals making decisions conducive to what they want. And guess what? That's okay. I think it's okay. If I can't, I told y'all, I am a proponent of mobility. I told y'all. What's my favorite saying, Jimmy? I said Larry Bird and Magic saved the league. Michael Jordan made it global. And LeBron James made it mobile. So people like to move around. I go back, Sonia, Paul Miranda, Morris Parson. I'm not in the same job that I was when I got out of college. I done moved around plenty of times. So I cannot expect for these kids and their parents not want to move around. I think mobility is great. Kevin Durant left. Y'all was mad at him. Man, I couldn't dare leave. I was down up 3-1 and I left. And he saw it was a dysfunctional damn situation. Like I done been around companies that had some dysfunctional ass employees that I didn't want to be around anymore. So guess what? I left. So let me tell you something. This day forward, young men, young women, whatever you do, you and your family got to live with that, not me. So like I said, I apologize a million times because I was just trying to be facetious. What's going on in Dallas? But guess what? Then you just telling me other stuff that these people, like you said, Jordan Wash want to build his resume for the McDonald's game. Keontae George got another motive. So I'm all for it, man. Pivoting. Yeah, thank you. Sonya, remember me. People are pivoting. Man, I'm telling you, it's all right to move around. Some of y'all ain't with the first husband you had. So, and y'all promised to do that to death do y'all part. You follow me? So it's I think it's admirable. I'm serious. I'm not being facetious. Mobility is a great thing to me. I was thinking about Kevin Durant. If he'd have stayed there with Russell and lost and kept losing, some people would be all right with that. Then you'll say, but he ain't got no ring, though, Hatter. He ain't good enough, Rob. He ain't got no ring. But he'd have stayed there in that crazy ass situation with Russell, he wouldn't have had a ring. So let me tell you something. Then he went out there and got 2 MVPs. So I'm just sitting back, y'all. Y'all got to help me with this one. These parents, it's okay, man. It's okay to be able, if you want to move, move. That's what's best. Move. Move. So don't be there and stay there and be mad and be a cancer to the team you're on. Go on, leave. Go on, leave. It's all right. That's just how I feel about it, Jimmy.
Yeah, and so now just next up, Arterio Morris
Yeah.
is going from high school back to Dallas Kimball for the second time. Arterio Morris, remember, he left Dallas Kimball and was going to
Prolific.
California
Yeah.
at first. And that fell through. Then he decided he was going to go to high school and team up with Keontae George.
Right.
So my thing is, my magic question is this. If the Keontae George to IMG conversation either started or it hit a peak during the last week of July, then when did Arterio Morris find out? When did he find out? You know, that's the question.
I mean, Jimmy, everybody got to do what's for their own.
No. I'm saying, but if I'm coming out,
To be with,
if I'm
okay.
coming, if I'm coming like this, put it like this. You out of town, I'm coming over here, we finna kick it. I'm meeting you out of town. So I'm making a sacrifice. I'm coming over here to kick it. I get in town.
My fault.
And get what? Get what? You telling me you got to fly out. You flying out that night.
Jimmy, as the facts change, the truth change, the facts change.
Okay, but guess what? If you knew you was flying that night, then why didn't you text me?
But you
and say,
was
yo,
on
bro,
the plane, Jimmy. I couldn't call you on the plane.
Okay, you
when you land,
text.
you found out.
I could have found out before I got checked in the hotel.
No, but get what I would have told you, man. Come go with me. That's what I would have told you.
You could have saved me a plane ticket. Could have said, I think I might be going.
I would have got your plane after you came. Like let's say something happened, right? You come into town and I got to leave. You up in the air. You came from LA, right? 4-hour flight. So guess what? When you land, Jimmy, the price to change. Dude, I got us another ticket. We going somewhere else. That's how I would have did it.
Okay.
No cost to you. Dude, I'm going to use my miles. I ain't finna pay that money. I'm going to use my miles, Jimmy, to get you a ticket. I mean, that's how it is, man. But I know what you're saying. I'm being a little facetious right now. I understand.
So once again, if you just tuned to the Chop Shop, there was a couple of furniture moving around, and the top ranked player in the state, Keontae George, will not be playing his senior season in the state of Texas.
So that means he won't be the top player in the state no more?
No,
y'all won't drop the kid off like that, man.
He's not. What do you mean?
He still live here. He just playing in there. Mama still live here.
They've never done that before in the state of Texas. So why would they start now?
Because I'm putting a petition in. Keontae George stays number one.
so that honor will likely go to either Cason Wallace or Arterio Morris. And I honestly believe, and then Terrence Arsenault is making a close push, but a lot of Arsenault's damage, a lot of his national damage on a national platform was done at Peach Jam and at Top 100 camp. So people that live within the confines of Texas, who does the state rankings in Texas, were not necessarily that visible.
But Jimmy, the last time they saw him, he was hoisting the trophy as the state championship in Texas with 2 buzzer beaters in a row.
But they've updated rankings since then, Adam.
Oh, okay.
That was in everybody's updated since March.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how y'all do it. See, I don't know how you do it.
Everybody has done it at least one time since March.
Okay. All right.
But so we but once again, that just goes to show every other year it's happened.
I like it.
And the thing is, it's not to say that somebody still couldn't go and sign with overtime. They still have what, nine
Spots left.
spots left. And
Overtime need to come give them an offer they can't refuse.
well, not overtime ain't, that's the whole thing. Think about it like this. Over the past week, the advertisement and the social media impressions that overtime received is worth probably the $200,000 or $300,000 worth. If you think about it, every platform that mentioned their name, and then people, for every time they mention it, there's maybe another 1,000 people that never heard of them and go look them up, and they go to the website. Every media person in the country that's deal with sports they quoted something from their website. If you read every article you read, notice it says, according to their website, they are blah, blah, blah. This is what they do. This is what they are. According to their website, they're this. So that means in journalism, you have to go and that's the next best thing. That means you do that when you can't get in touch with anybody or you can't get the factuals directly from the source on the record. So you got to go and get what they put down and wrote down on paper.
I got two things I want to address right quick. Paul Miranda talking about, like Arsenal, but he only hit two shots in the championship game. Jimmy,
No.
So I guess you hold on. No, Jimmy. I'd rather you hit it. So hold up. So y'all don't like some guys who hit a whole lot of points and don't win no championships. Hold on, Jimmy. Let me get it. But when a guy go hit championship points, 2 buckets in a row for the winning championship, you don't respect that. Jimmy, I'm done with him. But Jimmy, I don't know if you saw this. I got this from Spun. The Spun. It's off of, I think, Sports Illustrated. And the heading said, high school basketball recruit has a $2 million offer. We didn't talk about this because we were talking about Bryce. But 2022 forward Dylan Mitchell, I don't know if anybody know about him, has spent better half of 2021 going on visits to some of the top Power 5 programs in the country. But today he got an offer that may put any scholarship on the table in shame. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. It's August 15th, Jimmy. It's okay. To shame, right? Hold on, let me finish. According to the Recruiting Insider, it said Mitchell received a 2-year, $2 million deal from Overtime Elite League. The U.S.-based basketball league is a semi-pro league that focuses on young player development while paying them salaries upwards of $100,000. Mitchell hasn't announced whether or not he was going to accept an offer like this. He has not stated that he will make a decision on his outstanding scholarship offers either. He's the 28th ranked, because I remember you mentioned rank yesterday, Jimmy. He's the 28th ranked guy in 2022. He's the number 7 small forward in the nation and the number 8 prospect from the state of Florida. 4-star Dylan Mitchell. I know we didn't talk about it yesterday, so I just wanted to share that with people today.
Yeah, I mean, remember I said it yesterday, the numbers are going to go up, but then once again, based on what I know and what I've shared with you guys yesterday about the contract, I'm not taking none of those guys' words with 100 proof right now, because I know for a fact that they've ran and they have not fact checked the $1.2 million number that's been just tossed around the world. And this
is a $2 million number here.
And so that means if you ain't fact checked the 1.2, then you damn sure ain't fact checked the 2.0.
And it's the same guy who released both of these information, the Tipton Edits guy.
So,
keep going.
So that's and he's breaking their news. Mm-hmm. So that means somebody is putting them in position to let them, hey, look,
I have
we're
a
gonna break
yeah,
this.
right.
We want to give it to him. Let him break the story. I've had several people do it to me before. Did to us on the Chop Shop. It's always a conspired effort when you're breaking news nowadays. Always. Ain't no ifs or in between. It's always a conspired effort. So I don't. Time will tell.
Yeah, and about
Time
all
will
of it.
tell.
Yes,
Now, as
because
far
overtime they've been very quiet on their press releases too, Jim. They've been very vague on their press releases.
and that's on purpose. On purpose. And all employees of the overtime has been instructed to not speak publicly. Pay attention. Pay attention.
It's something going on, man. It's something.
Now,
something ain't right.
now I tell you one thing. They are going to field a team. They have enough to field a team. Right now, they have 15 people signed. Now, the 24, my thing is this. If you know that you might get to, let's say, 18, do you just go take any other 6 to make that 24? You see what I'm saying? Or do you just make some adjustments that's going to save some of the money because now you might be outside of your budget, what you thought you had to pay initially? You know, you might thought you were going to get everybody for 100 grand, 150. Who knows? Somebody might have been that naive in their budget planning process. Time will tell. But they will have a season for one team for damn sure. They can't turn back now. You just built a 105,000 square foot facility that you just built right in the shadows of downtown Atlanta, Atlantic Station.
Jimmy, there's some big companies around here, Jimmy. I've seen some big companies, their buildings are empty now. They used to be thriving. Hey, Netflix used to thrive. All of these streaming services come out. Netflix, I think, is on a decline, just like Eric Bledsoe. But you don't think so. But I just wanted to mess with you on that. But Jimmy, just because they built a facility, that just mean they done acquired some real estate and built a facility. Cause Bezos and them are in it, Jimmy, don't necessarily make it gonna be successful. We look at Amazon. It's a lot of other companies that Bezos invested in. It didn't happen. Dappers.com. And I got a few other ones. Y'all don't even know about them, but these are companies that Bezos paid a lot of money and acquired them.
But they're not going to go under. They're not going to go under in the first fiscal year. How that don't happen?
Oh, no, in the first fiscal year. No.
That don't happen.
No. But Jimmy, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I got to see this 5 years from now. See, I'm a 5-year guy. I want to see what happens in year 5 if they make it. I just don't believe in it. I said it from the beginning. I don't believe in this project. Just some about it just ain't right to me because it's so secretive. Some about it ain't right, man.
No, I just think that time will tell on that. I think right now, I think it's something that, understand, in this concept, when they sit down and did the budget, when they sit down and had the meetings, think about it like this. When they start going through the personnel phase of and then you're going to say, who are our, like coaches do as college coaches, who are our first wave of targets? Who all, everybody in the room, who all think we can get? We can get this guy, we get that guy. And everybody has a wish list. I can rest assured, I can think about this. They probably felt that a lot of people, this wasn't no secret, felt that Money Bates was going to jump up, and Jalen Durham. A lot of people had felt that because there was nothing else that they could accomplish without taking a dent to their stock on the high school level. Everybody saw them so much, it was nothing else you can do but critique both of them. And thank goodness the team final won a championship at EYBL, because Jalen Dillon would have been, he didn't really play well the whole route through. Hell, Derek Lively stole his thunder in the front court. But at the same time, it didn't mean
that don't mean he's less of a player.
Yeah, he wasn't chopped liver. Dudes what it meant is a lot of people hadn't been paying attention to Derek Lively as much as they were at Peace Jam, and rightfully so, because of the pandemic. Everybody didn't go everywhere, and everybody didn't bother to see them play against a repeated level of opponents, of top shelf opponents as they had. So that was the thing. But now
how they probably thought overtime. I'm trying to see what you're saying. I'm trying to see how you're tying this to overtime.
They probably thought that those two were part of their wish list.
Okay.
Because now if you get those, then remember, the overtime is a project that's based on something that we've seen before. So we've seen this before, a sense of it. And here's what I mean. Overtime is going to be, their revenues from this project is going to be primarily generated from the advertising dollars, but their platforms is live streaming.
Understand.
Video content, reality show. The whole thing is going to be one big reality show. So my thing is this: if you're a football fan and you like Hard Knocks, then a basketball fan is going to probably love some of this stuff. Remember, so if you're a football fan and you don't want nobody to judge you for loving the hell out of Hard Knocks and watching the Dallas Cowboys every week, then guess what? For a basketball fan, they probably will love this. Now, here's what I said: we saw it before. Don't you remember LeVar Ball and his family had a reality show?
Yeah.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
So for any of y'all that went, and how much did it cost to watch that show?
Nothing.
That's what the people told me. I said yesterday, I was led to believe that their streams are going to be free. Well, guess what's going to happen? Those advertisers are going to pay TV type money for, not the billions, I'm talking about for a spot. Those spots are going to be real commercial spots.
Okay.
Then they have the content cookies to trace your ass wherever you going on the internet if you watch that show.
Look, Jimmy,
so they know where to meet you at on the World Wide Web.
Business, Jimmy, is a risk. So don't matter with me. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in the upside. I want the kids to get their money. I'm trying to see. I'm looking at it as a business. It's not a venture that I would invest in, because I don't see this as, and guess what? And then it might be what? It might turn out to be great.
And
I just don't see it.
Hannah, when some people build a strip center, they pop up everywhere on every part of town. Most of the time when that strip center is built, before it is even built, your anchor store.
Yes.
Your tenant.
Yes.
One or two of your tenants already. Now you're gonna fill the other ones in as they see it start popping up. You're gonna put a wooden sign up in the ground and say, "The future home of the chop shop." Then now other people gonna say, "Well, hell, the chop shop going there. I need to put my hat store over there next door to it. Jimmy might buy some hats. Another might say, I need to put my golf clubs over there. Hell, I might come out and buy some golf clubs."
Hey, Jimmy,
but then the other tenants come.
Jimmy, I see you all bought in. You'd have met these people you love. I just looked at the business model, and I'm just not excited about it. And no. I ain't trying to kill it.
I'm not necessarily bought in. I just understand it's not.
But you're excited about it. You're excited
no,
about it.
They're
I'm
not
excited about it.
I know that they're not going to pull the plug on it. And I know that if they got people from various parts of the country, that means people from the various parts of the country and on the World Wide Web will be watching. If they get you to watch, that's what's going to drive it.
Okay.
It's like a
if
paddle
my
boat.
auntie had a scrotum, she'd be my uncle.
So guess what?
They get them to if they get them to watch.
You're not going to watch Bryce Griggs play?
I am.
Exactly. So half of Houston going to watch Bryce Griggs play.
Not Houston. You know, because Houston don't like him, right?
All of Houston and half of Dallas will either be watching him to see.
We go.
So think about it. So that means every state is going to have of the amateur basketball sector. They're going to be watching. Remember, this ain't the NBA Summer League. It's going to be one team you're going to be watching, maybe two. Yeah. That third team, I don't know what the hell that's going to be. If that's going to even manifest itself.
Let me tell you something, Jim. The opportunity that is given some of these kids, I enjoy. I am talking about what I've been studying, the business model of it. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's just me. You seeing it in this, the streaming aspect and this, and I understand it. But me, I just don't see it. And guess what? Guess what? We will see. That's why I said, give me 5 years. Okay. Right now, we good. We good. The checks don't clear. These first 2 tiers, that's all I'm worried about. Bryce worried about it 2 years. Them first 2 years, them checks gonna clear. It's the 3rd year. And how they treat these guys. See, what I don't think nobody has thought about. These young kids right now that's been used to having their way on their high school teams and on their summer team. Kevin Ollie and Dave Lato gonna get in their natural ass. I'm going to repeat that. If you come in there, it's a job now. It's not a volunteer now. Will these young people be able to withstand that? Dude, Kevin Ollie, I've been in his practice. I already heard a million things about David Lato. He been on this show. He all nice and polished, but he'll tear your damn head off. Will these young kids, because they're young. They used to be coddled. They used to be kissed their behinds. Everybody kissing their behinds. These dudes gonna say, dude, I pay your ass. You ain't paying for me. You ain't paying for me voluntarily. And if your ass don't do it, you won't get paid. And these young guys, I'm going to repeat, that has been coddled. And everybody been kissing their behinds, Crystal Wilkes. They finna go to some dudes that don't play no games. And guess what? Hold on. Jimmy, what if that happened? Some of the star players said, forget. That's going to affect the next group of star players that's coming in next. So it's just, Jimmy, I'm just saying, it's just so, when you're dealing with human beings and when you're dealing in your product is these young kids, you know how volatile the market is because that's your product you're selling. These young, unproven kids. When you selling an unproven product, a volatile product, in a volatile market, that's all I'm looking at is business. I ain't talking about.
Howard, I'm just telling. Understand something. Mm-hmm. Understand something. They're looking for people that has a social media following who happen to be able to play a little bit of basketball. This thing is built on the backs of your social media presence. That's what I'm saying. It's different than nothing else.
Built on the these kids, Jimmy.
Howard, whether you like it or not, September the 1st, they pros. They consider grown-ups. You can consider them kids. They grown-ass men to them.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, they're pros. With young-ass minds. Naomi Saki is a pro.
Well, guess what?
Naomi Saki is a pro, Jimmy.
Howard, that's just like Bryce Griggs. They're giving Bryce Griggs $100,000 extra so your brother can move there and stay right down the street. Everybody that's young enough, they'll be able to get that. So guess what? That means Jimmy, hold up.
Jimmy, hold up. Just like I said, You are so excited. You defending.
No.
All I'm giving you is facts. I'm saying you're dealing with young men in a volatile market who, guess what? Who used to leave in situations. The high school coach, we got kids right now leaving one state to go to other. We got kids.
Understand something. Contracts ain't involved. You are grown now. So the reason that they will make a concession to go and provide for one of your family members to come and set up and be able to provide and pay for their residency. They're not staying with you. They're staying in their own residence, so they're covering that expense.
I ain't talking about that.
So
I'm talking about, Jimmy. Jimmy, I think you missed what I'm talking about. I think you missed something.
The reason, why do you think the reason that they would do that? Why do you think the reason that they would do that?
I don't care.
You know why? You know why? I tell you one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why is because that way now, this ain't going to be no excuse. We don't need you coming here crying and say, I want to go home. That's why. So that means
you're not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all, I don't think y'all. Maybe I wasn't clear. I said this is a volatile market dealing with them young ass kids who's gonna be in a situation now that they have a fucking job, who ain't never had a job in their damn life. Some of them, they're gonna have to do stuff. They think it's just going to hoop. Your ass ain't just going up there to hoop. Your ass got a job. You just said they done signed a contract, right? So they got to do everything. It can't be. All right. Volatile market. You got a volatile product. Unproven volatile product. Very, very combustible, Jimmy. That's all I'm saying. It might not happen. So everything might go. Hold up. Because I know, come on, Jimmy. Quit defending. You act like you work for overtime. Go tell us if you work for him.
Bryce Griggs is volatile.
I said a volatile market is 38 goddamn kids. How many kids down there? We ain't talking about no damn Bryce Griggs. Quit bringing his damn name up.
You said unproven. So is he unproven?
Every last one of them kids are unfucking proven.
No, they're not. All of them are proven from wherever they came from. Every one of them guys is a red ant in their ant bed where they came from.
They're not pros, Jimmy.
Listen, put it like this.
It's a developmental league.
The USA basketball team is about to go to Mexico and play in this FIBA contest. One of the young guys that's made the cut, the final list of 12, has already signed his contract with the overtime.
He's up.
So guess what happens? Every time they play against a team,
dude,
you know what's going to happen? The announcers on USA Basketball
They're going
to enlighten you on that.
Do you hear me? Damn it. It seems like when they ain't talking about a funeral, you act like you can't hear nobody. Jimmy, the summer league is full of guys that's unproven. That's not proven. Just because you're grown, I'm talking about their business model. Listen to me. Is dependent on 16 and 17-year-old guys to do something. Their business model. You talking about basketball. He go to a USA game. I'm not talking about the USA game. Come on.
But that's all it takes is the viewers, because the cameras are going to be rolling almost 24 hours wherever they are. That's what I'm saying. So that means that the reality show off the court, you happen to play basketball, is going to build up every moment towards the games. So what that means, as more followers that their signees get, that increases the odds. That's more of the reachable audience. And then it will go and hopefully they can cross market that audience. People that used to follow you will now follow me and vice versa. That's the plan, or one of the plans. Now, the ultimate thing of this is, the team got to win. The team got to win. Because you got to understand something.
You still talking about basketball. See, I know you ain't listening to what I said. You
got to win. If you're not winning, I'm not watching. You got to win.
You're still talking about
eventually. You're not. How many games of the Minnesota Timberwolves did you watch this season? How many Detroit Pistons games did you watch this season? If you're not winning, I'm not watching. So that's it. That's the common denominator of all of this. You got to win. Remember I used to tell this. Remember I said the same thing about Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences. I said it when they first came out last year on player. I said, y'all got all these players. You got to win. If you don't win, your school ain't gonna be as sexy as it was. And sure enough, they have not secured one high major talent that came into the program. That's a senior right now in that program. The plan is different once the bell rings. You got to win. So that thing now, like I say, the social media, all they needed was somebody to start squabbling, two teammates to get into it, two of them that don't like each other get talking some smack.
Guess what?
The camera will catch all of that.
That might be best for their social media following. That might be good.
You damn right it will be.
So they'll turn into housewives.
That's what you signed up for. Bango. And guess where it is? Guess where they're based at? In the nationwide capital of reality shows is Atlanta. That's the nationwide cap, in case you guys didn't know that. Atlanta is for black folk. That's it. So pay attention.
I just hope it don't hurt the guys and their chances to go and do their actual dream of playing the NBA. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's what. I just hope it don't hurt their chances. Because that's what most of them guys think they're gonna be anyway. And I just hope this clown show that you projecting don't happen. I just hope. That's all. That's all. I'm good. I'm good with it. I've been consistent. I've been consistent.
The NBA component, they trying to get their money back. The NBA component, that's a whole nother issue.
Oh, well, that's what all them guys thinking.
They trying to get that's the players. The company trying to get their money back. So that's a business model.
Herb the D, thank y'all. See, y'all don't win. See, the reason they Jimmy mentioned television because he's trying to justify the value of the overtime. That's why he mentioned the social media content. That's why he mentioned the reality show type content. My thing is, these guys, who these guys going to get? Bryce Griggs want to play, since you mentioned his name, he want to play in the NBA one day. Okay? That's his ultimate goal. Not to play in overtime for the rest of his life. Overtime is just a bridge. So I'm just trying to, I hope, and I told y'all, I don't understand the business model, and I will understand it a little bit more later. Because guess what? These people are tight-lipped. I've been calling around, oh my goodness. I'm just trying to find out what, somebody was in a room had to think of this. And guess what? When they was in that room thinking this, they didn't know that name, image, and likeness thing was going to be reversed. I mean, taken care of. So it's just a lot of things, man, that I just want to see. Y'all, see what y'all don't understand is, I don't think like everybody else. That's why I say I want y'all. I don't care y'all share your opinion, but when I say something, y'all act like I done said something. I done killed the damn cat. Jimmy, no, I don't have to think like y'all. No, I wouldn't be Robert Hatter. You wouldn't need me if I thought like you, Jimmy. I got to think different, man. I just hope these guys be able to carry out their dreams. Because I know this thing wasn't invented with these kids in mind. Hell no, when they was in that meeting, they wasn't talking about, well, let's do this stuff for the kids. Hell no. No, Bezos ain't talking about doing nothing for no damn kids. Whoever was in that damn meeting. So it's not about the kids. That's what I'm thinking, what business model? My thing is, what was these guys in the minds of the makers of this thing? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't have to agree with it. You don't have to. I just think like that. I'm a critical thinker. It's all right. I just want to know why. Some people just don't care about the why. I want to know why. Because if I got a big enough why, I'll find out how. If my why is big enough. Somebody to sit back in the office and say, look here, y'all. We're going to do this thing. We're going to get these guys. what Jimmy said. We're gonna have them on. We're gonna have them on TikTok and Dick Doc and Rocket Talk and all this overtime and we're gonna this just no. These dudes trying to figure out a way to exploit our natural resources. And guess what? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. That's all I'm doing. That ain't y'all job. That's my job. I'm good. I'm good. That ain't y'all job. This is what I do all the time, y'all. I get to the bottom of shit. And then when I get to the bottom, I figure out a way. Hold on. Okay. All right. Then I want to figure out how can we really benefit from this. Figure out a way how we can get. If somebody else gonna get paid out of it, I'm trying to figure out how we can get paid off. That's all. Yeah, Rocket Talk, all them TikToks. That's one thing I ain't got. TikTok. Then somebody gonna call me one day, right? Then Jimmy, hold up. Whoever gonna call me, Adam, man, get on what's this new social media program? I done forgot it already. What's this new social media? Clubhouse. Get on here, man. I want you to talk about, I want you to get on here and talk to me. I said, dude, you tell them dudes on TikTok, I mean on Clubhouse, they go to Chop Shop HTX. And goddamn it, and we talk 2 hours a day on there. I'm not getting on no Clubhouse and talking. Just not doing it. But it's all right. Okay, another minor league with dreams of competing in the NBA. That's all. It's all right. It's okay. Listen, I love that the young kids getting their little bread now. Don't get that twisted. I don't want y'all to leave here. Well, Robert don't want the kids to get. No, get your money. I'm trying to see how we are being exploited. That's all. What else we got, baby? What else we got, man? Hey, I like that, but I'm glad you went there because you gave me an idea, Jimmy. I promise you gave me some information that I'm going to attack. I appreciate this. I'm going to attack.
Yeah, so I'm guessing y'all think that, like you mentioned Jeff Bezos, you think that Kevin Durant, you think that said, oh, the hell with it, I'm going to put my money in this. Y'all don't trust this model. You think Drake said, I'm going to put my money in this, I don't trust this model.
Jimmy, I know for a fact there's several deals that Kevin Durant has invested in that went belly up. Several.
No, I'm saying, okay, scratch him. Drake, Trae Young, and his dad and his dad, they really protective right now looking out.
Jimmy, they just investing.
Exactly. You're not going to invest if you don't think you can get a return on your investment.
Jimmy, you don't get returns on every investment, Jimmy. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that.
No, you just missed what I just said. That's not the same thing. I say if you don't think you can get a return on your investment, you're not likely to invest. That's what I said. Not you don't get a return on your investment. So that means if you don't think, you ain't putting your money in it, you're not likely to put your money in it.
Wall Street full of, man. I got a youngster that's telling me about this every day. Everybody think, Jimmy. Every deal.
So therefore, the sale must have been good. The pitch must have been good. The analytics.
Bernie Madoff had the greatest sale in the world.
Oh man, come on now. This is not Bernie Madoff. This is not Bernie Madoff. This is based on the name, image, and likeness of these young men. Bottom line.
You said, Jimmy, cause you invest. Them people that invested with him, Jimmy, they thought he was winning. They were winning at first. Jimmy, hold on. You don't know. You just know the end. They were winning. 20%. They was getting 20% of their money.
Adam, you was investing in something that you could not see with Bernie Madoff. You were investing in something you could not touch with Bernie Madoff. Ain't no difference in Bernie Madoff than David Salinas in Houston, Texas, who killed himself after taking multiple millions of dollars from a lot of the college coaches across the country and more. Ain't no much difference. It's a smaller scale, yes, but ain't no difference. They couldn't touch that money. once it went to his hands. All they could do is trust and believe that the computer printouts that they received every quarter on their earnings report and was suffice. That's all they could do. Well, this you could see this. So it ain't Bernie Madoff. I'm not saying they ain't gonna get the bread. They ain't Bernie Madoff.
Hey man, I hear you.
So,
okay.
So
boy,
now,
you overtime. You overtime, Jimmy, baby. Overtime. Oh my God, hey, dude. I'm just always skeptical of stuff like this. That's all. That's just me.
But a lot of people are when you don't know, it's a field of unknown. So that's how it is in life. And in due time, I guarantee you'll find out. You'll be able to connect the dots and know what you'll say. Aha. That's what you'll say. Aha.
But guess what? It's okay.
In due time.
But
in
guess
due
what?
time.
That aha might be aha. Look at you. You believe in overtime. I told you. You believe in this damn project.
No, I believe in the concept based on the fact that, once again, if LeVar Ball made money with their reality show off Facebook, one platform, then I'm saying that these combination of guys could make more money off the combined social media platforms. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. When you have a jump start already,
I'm done.
And you're gonna have some drama because somebody, law of averages, people that's on the team, you lock them guys up together, somebody gonna squabble. Somebody gonna not like each other. Some stuff gonna get out. And then of course and then I'm looking at the coaches and the staff. They had to sell them on it as well. They had to pitch them as well. Kevin Ollie, his back was kind of against the wall, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for him because Kevin Ollie couldn't get back in the NBA. He has a no-show clause, I think.
In NCAA.
In the NCAA.
Yeah.
But David Lato don't. He was the damn president, the head of the administrator with the BCA. He's one of the premier black college coaches in the country. So for him to put his fingerprints on this as well, as second chair, that means something. He can't afford to put his fingerprints on something if there's a plenty of doubt cast on it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying on that.
Okay.
So time will tell.
Hold up. We got to take a quick break, Jimmy. We didn't win. I wanted to share something that happened over the weekend. Y'all, I didn't even get a chance to. We'll take a quick break. We're going to come right back. We got some of the highlights from the young kids this weekend.
Welcome to the No Excuses Pro League.
Once again,
Oh, don't do it!
back to Julius for three.
Wow!
Sean Jones, good pass. Williams, inside to Kennedy. Finish good.
13.5, 14. All right.
8 rebounds.
Welcome to the No Excuses Pro League.
Lead score with 11 points. Velasquez with the spin move, great move. Gwendolyn, only one to score so far. Gets to the basket. Big pass, 5 points for Gwendolyn. Logan gets to the basket. Carr won the contact. Great block by Nicky. Gwendolyn withdrew, came ready. And so did Brooklyn to Armani. Great. Savannah Velasquez, great pass. Assist. Into the first half. The last 2 minutes of the second half.
Hey, good job.
Hey, y'all, I just had to share that, y'all. That happened on the weekend. I love my little kid. Hey, see, everybody else be trying to exploit them kids. I love seeing it. Them little girls can play, man. I said, what? Spitting and kissing it off the glass? I don't know if y'all got a chance to see that. I think it's on Archie site, on YouTube page. That's all. It's some great stuff was happening. Jeffrey Day, if you send me some of your information, we'll play that too. What happened in your event? But Jimmy, you just said some. Okay, we'll talk about that. That was off camera. I can't talk about that. But Savannah, who is Savannah? Huh? What?
No, we had a couple of questions on the boom boom room.
What they
to
say?
get to.
What they
and,
say?
You guys, can we get you to share the show right now?
Yeah.
If you haven't done so already, it's the time right now. Long overdue. Give us a share right now. I'm gonna do it myself.
Me too.
Let's get us a share in. I'm sharing it public and I'm sharing it to my story. So I just gave it 2 shares.
I don't know how to do the story, Jim.
It says it right up under it. When you get ready to share, it's gonna let you. It's gonna ask you share your story. Yeah, on the Facebook feed that is. If you're on the YouTube, give us a thumbs up and you can just copy and paste
it. All it said, right post, copy link, Messenger. That's all it tell me. It don't tell me share to my story.
You got to go to your other device. Hal, that's what you got to do.
Okay.
Your other device. Huh? No. One of your devices you're watching from the Chop Shop. Mm-hmm. Go to your other one, logged in, and it give you an option to log in on the Robert Hatter Facebook page. Okay. That's the one you have to share it to, not the Chop Shops.
Okay.
So that's what you have to do. You hit that little circle, and it's gonna switch you back over to you, and then you're gonna give you the option to do all that.
Hey, y'all, see, I told y'all I don't know about this crap.
No, you got it, shit. You know what a whole lot of you boogieing over there. Now here's a question that skipped over, and I think Herb tried to answer. Angel, you asked earlier, and that is the G League a viable option now for guys who may not want to go to college? More options are good, but they should be beneficial to the athlete. Let me tell you something right now. That's a great question, but the G League is not like you just can get in easy for anybody to get into. The G League right now, in the last 5 to 6 years, they did a full turnover on the talent. It used to be where old guys would park over in the G League, and just, and they would be waiting to get a call up. Now the G League is really young, and most of those guys that you see on TV with the NBA Summer League, the vast majority of them will likely be playing in the G League. And some of them won't even be starting. So it's like the G League nowadays, as we talked about Lil Ayo, right? The kid from Mac Irvin Elite. Mac Irvin 5 from out of Chicago, played for University of Illinois. He's with the Chicago Bulls. He got picked number like 38 in the draft. Mm-hmm. Well, the Bulls, and I was with his father another night. Matter of fact, 2 nights in a row down in Vegas last week. And they finally got the deal. He didn't just tear it up. He played a lot of minutes. Played about 23 minutes a game. They just signed him to a guaranteed $2.4 million for 2 years. So guaranteed. They locked him in.
Who Ayo?
Yeah, 2.4 guaranteed with the Bulls. And it's probably, I haven't read it, but it's probably, probably got a two-way deal.
And guess what? It might be best for him, Jimmy. If he go in and prove himself, he can get into a veteran contract quicker than the other guys. The other guys got to wait 4 years. If he can, sometimes second round, but you got a ball. You got the ball. But somebody texted this to me because I asked, because I know Thaddeus Moody was a little upset, but come from NBA. He just said they were talking about the sumo, Ayo, the sumo. Yeah. They said he ends the summer league averaging 12 points a game, Robert, on 42% shooting. He was 1 of 12 from the 3 to go along with 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Then he said the 3 points is probably why he felt in the draft. But I asked the question. I said, but he shot 39% from college. In college, what did they see in the workouts? Maybe he shot 39% in college now. The three-point line is closer in college, Jimmy. So when he get to pro, he didn't make but 1 3-point in the summer league, right? So, and they was just telling me, I mean, they love him play, but they got a bargain. And sometimes we get mad about it and tell about, well, he should have been here. No, he went where he was supposed to go. Now he got a chance. That's what he got now. He got a chance in his hometown, Chicago, on that team to be something that nobody else on that team. If I was him, Thaddeus Moody, I'll go study everybody, every player at every position and see what they're not bringing to Chicago, because Chicago's a perennial loser, and see what I can do to help them win. Because a guy told me he said, Robert, I just need dudes to help me win basketball games. That's all the NBA is about. Help me win basketball games. So that's it.
And another question he asked, so and hope we answered that. And once again, no, that G League ain't no option like that for them. So no, that G League is tough.
No, it's not. Yeah. It ain't easy to get in the G. Yeah.
So the next question is, so college would still be the best option for most? That's what he's asking.
Jimmy.
I talked to some guys about this on the baseball side. If it's better to get drafted out of high school and start in the minors, or go to a big time college and wait 3 years to be drafted. Well, my take on that baseball side of it is baseball signees, it matters basically what your signing bonus is, because the minor leagues, you only get paid roughly, you're getting paid below minimum wage. Seriously. Yeah. If you factor it out in the minor leagues, you're basically getting minimum wage if you play minor league baseball, coming into the instructional leagues and the A-ball. So whatever you sign for is basically your salary. That's it. So it's different, a little bit different as far as when you transfer it over to basketball. That means, once again, a lot of guys are going to be weighing, because they have nothing to measure it off of, but they will this year. The geek freaks are about to come up, the analytic people, because they now will have analytics now for the first time, because now we have name, image, likeness. So they will be able to measure if the return on investment actually worked for a lot of these guys that sign sponsorship deals around the country in various sports, guys and girls. There's no way to know now, but they'll know then. So once they know, then they'll be able to weigh it out and say, well, if I go here and I can do, because some people say, well,
but Jimmy,
name is like
Jimmy, you know what? You kind of not unless you're wasting your time. Jimmy, basketball and basketball and baseball will forever be different. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. They operate on two different planes and two different playing fields. It's hard to play. You can give them all this information all you want. Basketball, your only options, now only options you can go to. Think about this, Jimmy. Right now in basketball, next year, Jimmy, I think the collective bargaining agreement, I've been hearing they're going to be able to come straight out of high school and go pro. Okay? So that's why I said overtime is a nice option. That's why I'm not mad at overtime. Y'all keep thinking I don't like overtime. I just don't understand the business model. Until I understand it, then I ain't going to understand it. But guess what? It's gave some kids who said they didn't want to go to high school no way. They want to be a pro. They want to go to high school. So guess what? It gave those kids. Then now you got, when those kids go, these the kids, Jimmy, to me, are the underage kids. Even Ignite don't pick but a certain number of kids. So you got to be a senior to be coming out of high school to go to Ignite. Ignite is different from overtime. Overtime, you don't have to be 1 year removed from high school. You follow me?
And to go to the Ignite, you have to have been out of high school.
Yeah, you have to be. So all
here
I'm
you
saying,
have to be 16 years old. 16 years old.
Basketball is just different. You can't compare it to baseball, man. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, if y'all can keep saying that, well, baseball, you can do this. So what? Well, go play baseball then. Go play baseball. Basketball, they got different rules. And guess where the rules came from, ladies and gentlemen? The veteran players. The Players Association. Saying we don't want them young kids coming here taking our jobs. We want to hang around 4 years. That's why they changed the rules. Everybody mad at David Stern. He ain't changed the damn rules. The Players Association changed the rules. Listen, the players changed the rules. That's like me, Trey Phillips, Herb Baker. We sitting our old butt in here. We trying to hang on and get this free money like Adonis Haslam. Adonis Haslam, he's stealing a spot from a young guy. When they could just brought him in as a coach, Jimmy.
Well, that's basically what they did.
No, Jimmy, but he's taking up a spot.
I know that's.
Think about this, Jimmy. He goes against the salary cap if he's a player. If he's a coach, he don't go against the cap. They can use that $2.6 million to give to a young player.
Obviously, they need somebody close to Jimmy Butler, and knowing you got Oladipo, who got a short fuse as well, and now you got who's the other cat they just picked up? What's the guy? Who they just picked up in the Kyle Lowry?
Yeah. Hey, them. Hey,
That's
they scary.
You need Haslam on that bench, boss.
No, you don't. You don't need his old ass. He can do everything he doing with a suit on. He can do everything he doing with a suit on. Hey, guess who was doing that for years, Jimmy? Guess who was using that for years? Guess who do? Juwan Howard was doing that for years. He was Haslam, sitting right there in a suit and tie. Get his old ass out. I'm telling you, them old dudes try to hang on, Jimmy. That's why them young guys, that's why they said, we don't want them young people in there. They're going to come in and take spots that we could usually have. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people think it's the NBA. Oh, my God. Paul Miranda, what is your fixation on this kid that live in Houston? What is your Paul Miranda? Go put it out on the table because these people going to tear your damn head off in a minute. What is your fixation on worry about what Bryce Griggs would do? I'm just serious.
I don't really think he fixed it. I just think he was
Jimmy. When a person talk about, okay. If you come to talk about this girl all the damn time, she don't probably know your ass exists. But you always talking about her all the damn time. Well, Robert, what? Robert, where is she going to be at in the mall? Robert, is she doing this? Robert, is she doing? I'm just asking a question, bro. Why you want to know about this guy so much? Since y'all got so many guys in Texas, in Dallas. I just don't understand. You already say he ain't better than none of them guys. That's what you told us. So why you worried about a guy who ain't better than nobody in Dallas? Come on, Paul. Jimmy, you ain't watched him like I've been watching. You ain't been watching him, Jimmy. I get the analytics. Paul Miranda has a fixation on Bryce Griggs. That's all. Let's worry about, hold on. He ain't on your watch. He ain't on your watch, Paul. Your claim to fame is Quentin Grimes. You done got him into the, Jimmy, watch this. You done got Quentin Grimes into the league, Paul. Because you said you the one first one. You done got Quentin Grimes in the league. Now you want to ask me? No, that ain't. I don't even know what your question was. Every time I look up there and see, you always mentioning this kid's name. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Paul, I'm doing this Paul, this is a safe space, Paul. I don't mind you having your opinion. I just asked you a question. Why are you always bringing up this one particular kid? We got more kids. We got. Oh, you just bringing him because he did something ain't nobody did? Because you, hold up. Jimmy, see, Jimmy, you don't listen. He said the other day, first of all, he said, Houston like doing knockoff stuff. Hold up. Overtime is a knockoff league. Houston like doing knockoff stuff. See, y'all got to understand I'm trained to go look at information. That's what he said first. I didn't say nothing about it. I mentioned it to Jimmy. Now he come again and saying this and you're going this. Well, then what about, hold up, then the other day, people in Dallas don't want to do that. They don't want to do the overtime. But now you want to talk about the guy that did go to overtime. Can you just answer the question? I told you I don't even remember your question. All I saw, why you always got this kid's name? He's not my baby. That is Trish Griggs' son. But I see guys like you always got something to say about him, and I'm just addressing it. I'm not changing the narrative. What the hell is that narrative to change? I asked you a question, why you always running your mouth about it? That's fair. You think about it. You putting it up on the screen, so you once want me to talk about it. I'm going to repeat that to all you people who say, well, he put it on the screen, so he wanted Robert Haller to say something about it. You follow me? That's all I'm saying. And now you telling me I'm not answering your question. I don't even remember your question. I don't even remember. All I saw, you said Bryce Griggs, and I just asked you, what was your fixation? Why are you so in love with that name? That's all. That's all. Matter of fact, it's my show. Can I ask the damn questions too? Damn. Let me ask the question, Paul. I didn't know you. We answer your questions all the time, Paul. Come on, man. Come on, you're being too transparent, man. Jimmy, I can't let him go without it. I know you be talking how to let Paul. Paul ain't getting me off my game. Jimmy, you need to understand that. I see stuff that other people don't see. I just told you that a minute ago. Houston, overtime is a knockoff league. Houston like knockoff shit. You don't believe it? I'm going to go back up and find it. He said it. That's all. Come on, Paul. You got to watch what you say, man. You got to watch what you say on here because Robert Haller going to address it. That's all I want to say. Yeah, I'm good. You can get us out of here, Jimmy. Shit. I'm not finna, like them girls said, I'm not finna do it with him today. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. This is why I'm addressing it. So you can see it, Jimmy. So you won't be, well, you getting on Paul. I want you to take a look. Look at the screen. Overtime is another knockoff league. Y'all like buying knockoff shit in Houston. Okay. Who in Houston is in overtime? And you tell me he ain't fixated on this kid? You need to go get you some new glasses. You need to go get you some new glasses. I'm sorry, Sonya, I didn't see your comment, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm not Paul, you just, Paul, what is this? What is that, Paul? What is that? Since you said I don't see, you don't see anything here, bro. That's your paranoid. This is my imagination? What? The Temptations sung that. It was just my imagination. This ain't imagination right here, Paul. I got everybody. I want one question to ask you. Who in Houston is at overtime? One guy. So you got to be, that's your fixation is on that kid. And I'm just asking what your reasons why. Come on, man. Yo, hey y'all. I'm hey, yeah, I'm unapologetic about this. That's all. I ain't trying to block nobody. I ain't blocking you. Paul, you talking, I ain't blocking you. I just want to know why you keep talking about why you got a hard on for this kid. That's all. Jimmy, get us out of here, man, because I got things to do today. I'm tired of making this dude popular. I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you how done I am. Watch this. Watch this.
Now, as we get ready to land the plane on this, that was definitely some wasted, redundant minutes. I want to remind you guys to go over to rcssports.com, the website, and go up into the VIP news. We have a couple of young men from out of the greater Houston area who has ended their college recruitment and chose Division I schools. We mentioned those. Also gave you a list of the next 5 unsigned or uncommitted seniors that could possibly close their deals in the upcoming before the end of the month. Also, we mentioned shout out to Jeffrey Day and his Ball So Hard brand. They're going to do another event at the last week of September, high school teams, college, and so I put that information. Also, Rucker on Wood. It's the world's largest organized open gym. Takes place this Sunday, August the 22nd at we want to know the location. We never hardly give the locations out this early. We just been customarily. I may provide it on Thursday, but those who know where to go. But for the classes of 2024 and 2025 is this Sunday. It's going to be off the chain because especially the 2025 class, because those kids have never been through anything like that in their life, that type of atmosphere. So it's fun to always see them going after it because you hear so many names, and a lot of them I've probably seen because we start watching more 8th graders play than before, but it's going to be cool to see some in a different setting meaning that they don't have their normal coach to guide them through these open gyms. We got intel on that. Invites for 2025 went out last night. Invites for 2024 will go out today. Doug Jones is responsible for sending the invites out. Just because you nominated a player does not mean that they will get an invite. Doug told me when he reported to me this morning that he sent out about 110 invites to the class of 2025. We don't have but 90 uniforms. So that's law of averages that 20 people not going to show up. And he's probably going to do the same. You overbook the plane on purpose. That way if people don't show up, it ain't no big thing. You know. So that's going to be cool. That's really going to be, I'm telling you, Ruck on Wood, really, really cool. I have a video that I linked on the front of rcssports.com, and you guys can go and check that link out. It's a clip from a Rucker on Wood almost 10 years ago. And it has Herb Baker on there talking. It has Coach Kevin Woods on there talking. It has Quentin Grimes versus Kendrick Davis in an actual clip, by 2 clips in that little highlight. Click it and see it. See if you can notice them. This is when they were in the 9th grade. Both were in the 9th grade at this point. I think that was in the year 2014. So check that clip out on the front of rcssports.com, and that's, you know, it's gonna be a good blast to the past. Lastly, as I land this thing, I want to remember today's show was dedicated to Cynthia Guillory. We missed the top of the show. She was an avid watcher, support of the Chop Shop. She passed away after a hard-fought bout with cancer. So yes, Cynthia Guillory has passed away, and our hearts beam towards her family. Von Zell was with the Southern Assault Program. That's Cynthia's brother. So if you know Von Zell, then you know, at some point in time, you know, you see him, you know, you reach out and send your well wishes. Lastly, this day, August the 17th, as you can see, guys, you know, my energy level, it tapped in because they was going through the stuff a while ago. Then it hit me, you know, again, August the 17th is also a valuable day because that's the day that my mother was born on. So Edna Hicks, her birthday is today. And she would have been 89 years old today. Well, she is 89 years old today. And it's not in the flesh. So that means I got to get off the Chop Shop, re-energize myself, and get on over to the Veterans Memorial Cemetery and go chill with Mama for a little while. So with that being said, you guys out there, make sure you reach out to your parents today. Check on them right now. See how they doing. You guys out there from out of town, if you able to, continue to take care of your mom. You only get one. So with that being said, guys, it's time to slide on down. Dino's back. And yabba dabba do this thing. We'll be right back on it on tomorrow. Understand? Go ahead. That's what the Chop Shop is all about. You get on here and everybody, it ain't just, you know, it used to be just me and Haller would be Claude and Ray. Now, every day, one of y'all gonna play the role of Claude and somebody on here gonna play the role of Ray. And we've changed, we did some role reversals around here. So, but anyway, y'all just be good out there, man. Take care of each other. Look out for your families. And we'll see you in 22 hours. But we did good. We only went 9 minutes, so we didn't get to go to 10-minute forfeiture time. You get 10 minutes to forfeit, so we good. We up out of here. Robert Haller, this Jim Hicks, guys. Share the show on your way out the door.
He said, bye, Jangalang. And that man said, Jangalang. Walter Yates, man. You bye. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Bye,
Jim Hicks. Rob Haller. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live